Okay. We have these things called demographic trends, not trans, trends. In the whole country. Oh, in the whole country's population are also examined. So first we look at these little groupings, okay, these little groupings, and we see how does that little grouping, what's informing their decisions, what kind of things are they going to need, what's going on with them. And then we pull back and we look at how is the whole country doing with that same situation. Okay. So they start small, little groupings, and then they go to a little bigger. They might look at how within a county things are informed and changed, how within a state, how within the country. So they work their way back, but it's always about the same topic. Okay. So they might be asking a question about how they feel about gun control. That's one of those hot topics. A particular culture, like the Buddhists, they are very anti-violence. They have a very fixed set of thoughts about gun control. Okay. How do the females feel about gun control? How do the 40 to 60-year-olds feel about gun control? They'll ask all these questions, same question, different groupings. Then they look at within your county, how are those people within the county feeling, or within the city, or within the state, or within the, that's how they make some of these political decisions, because they're looking at the groupings and how they're interacting and working together, demographics. Okay, so we have to look at individual groups. We have to look at within bigger groups. Okay, two related important demographic trends. Demographic, I just let it spell it. Trends in the US are, first one, the graying of America. Okay. The aging process and how many people are now in that older generation than before. Because remember, we're now getting to the point where that group that they called the baby boomers, it was a huge population of people. They're now getting to the age that they're retiring. So there's a huge amount of people in that retiring age and fewer people below the retiring age now. Okay, that's one demographic trend that's going on. The other big demographic trend is the increased immigration. That when more people come in, obviously, as more people come in, it changes the population, it changes the age groupings, it changes because they bring with them their cultural background, they bring with them all their stuff, you know, right? Okay, so those are two really big trends that are going on right now that are affecting things. Okay. And then there's another related challenge to these two. Wait, I think I might want to put it, nope, another related challenge in demographics is the future, can't spell it, of Social Security. Okay. And we talked before that Social Security was put in place to set up a retirement safety net for people, right? But a long time ago, before I was even born and everything, they started borrowing from it to do their government stuff. And it's really hard to pay stuff back when you keep giving stuff away and not make much money in, okay? So there's that worry that with all these people getting older, is there going to be enough Social Security to make all this stuff work? Okay, so we're going to go on to our next section. So we're backing up one more bullet. Okay, got about 3 people that need to fix those cameras or you cannot stay. We're done. We're not playing with that anymore. We're all juniors and seniors. We know better. All right. So first, demographics. We're going to discuss those graying of America thing and the immigration and Social Security. We're going to make them a little more detailed. Okay. The demographic. No. How does that work? I keep messing it up. The demographic graying of America. Okay. We're going to look at it in more detail. First problem is the number of older people in the US is increasing faster than any other group. So there's more and more people getting older than there are groups, the age groups below them. So you know how they chunk the age groups, 0 to 6, 6 to 12, you know how they do that chunking of time span, or 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30 kind of thing. So each of these chunks of age groupings, those older, there's more and more going into the older group than there are in any of the other groups. Okay. Very large group that makes up 1/3 of the workforce are set to retire. Oops, that should be one word apparently. Workforce, go. Are set to retire within the next 15 years, sorry. 15, not 5 or 15. Within the next 15 years. This is the baby boomers. Okay. They make up 1/3 of all the people that are working right now. The baby boomers. And as they retire, that means 1/3 of all the people that are working are going to go into retirement, which means a lot of money is going to have to happen. Okay. Jobs in healthcare and that serve the elderly, older people, will be in high demand because we're going to have a huge group of them and we need people that can help them. Okay. Right? Okay. Choices of where to live will be impacted because typically the older American, the older person, moves to warmer climates. Okay, typically. So they're now reaching retirement. They live in Montana, they live in Minnesota, they live in that kind of thing, right? And California will be impacted, Arizona will be impacted, Texas, Louisiana, all those ones that are in the warm zones. Florida, I mean, all of you know that a lot of the joke is everybody retires to Florida, right? Okay, but if we've got 1/3 of the workforce and they're all retiring, that's a lot of people that are going to be on the move to a warmer climate. That's a lot of people that are going to be on the move and taking up housing in warmer climate. Okay, so that's what they were talking about there. Okay, oops. Okay, back up. Now we're going to talk about the immigration one. Demographic. I thought that there was a way that you could just push like enter and it would write the word for you. Probably, but I just, yeah. Okay, demographic, immigration. We are not talking about any laws about it or anything like that. We're not talking about good, bad, or otherwise. We're just talking about that demographic of how immigration affects things. You think it's tab maybe? Okay, I'll try it next time. Okay. Large communities of those that speak a language. Oh, you're right. I did tab. Other than English are developing. Okay. We're not saying that's a bad thing. We're just saying that's something that they're noticing. They have these huge pockets of like Hmong or huge pockets of Hindi or huge pockets of Punjabi or these huge pockets where the people within that area zone do not speak much English. Okay. So because of that, learning more than one language will increase the opportunities and chances at career advancement. Okay, increases the career opportunities, increases your advancement within a career. Advancement potential. So they will start looking at, do you speak more than one language fluently, comfortably, like you breathe it? Okay. Yeah, I know some Spanish. I know Spanish because I took 4 years in high school and 2 years in college. But did I end up using it very much afterward? No. So I know Spanish like de la derecha, right? Izquierda, you know, I know some of the basic Spanish. I actually know a lot of Spanish. Watch, taco, burrito, enchilada. Okay, but that's not real Spanish, is it? No. So they're talking about people that can actually communicate completely with people from multiple languages. That'll get you a really good job opportunity, give you a really good chance to move up. Because if you've got two people that have the same education, but this one knows 4 languages and this one knows 2, 4 languages is going to get a step up, especially if your company does work with those different language groups. Okay, so if you know more than one language or you're comfortable getting and knowing more than one language, you have more opportunities. Okay, more opportunities. Okay, that's it for that one. Our last demographic, the related one, was Social Security. Social Security. Okay. It used to be that 16 workers were paying in to Social Security for every one that was collecting. Okay. So 16 people did their part and paid in. 16 people did their part and paid in. Only one person was retired and needed to be paid out. Okay. Now, 2.9 are paying in for every one collecting. That's not that big of a gap anymore. With increase in those, I can't spell. I wrote something and then I have to read it. Getting ready to retire. And the increase in immigration who are also older and about to retire, right? Ability for Social Security to be the only, spell it right, only retirement income is gone. Okay. Okay. It wants the word "the" in there with the increase. Okay, I'll pick it. Okay, I'll put a comma. Okay, so that means, and this is our big star, I'm actually going to write it in capital letters. You must plan ahead and protect yourself by having another source of retirement income. Okay, it's absolutely crucial now. It used to be like back, 10, 15, 20 years ago, a person, Social Security was enough money to live off of. Not anymore. Not anymore. Okay, any questions about that? You guys are going to be doing a project on demographics. Okay, you are going to be doing a project on demographics. So I need to know if you understand or you need me to clarify anything. Need me to clarify anything? Because your project is going to be about this stuff, demographic groups. And it is a group project. You will be working with at least 2 others. There's groups of 3. I might have to have a group of 2. Okay. Do we need any clarification on the notes? Last call. I'm going to turn them off. Okay, so get those turned in for me. Okay, we're going to discuss the project. You are going to be staying in Zoom for the project. You're going to get a big chunk of it done in class so that you don't have to worry and depend on people outside of class, because that's always a scary thing. Okay. So let me share the project. All right, so you are going to be working with up to 2 others. Okay. There is no independent work off Zoom today. There's no independent work on the project. It is a group project. Okay. You are going to be choosing up to 2 other people to work with. At least 1 person or 2. That's your choices. Okay. But if the group doesn't finish the whole project during class, yes, you would make sure you share your information so that you can finish it out of class. You are going to have a shared document you work on. Step 1, think about who's in the class. Think about who would team up. Go ahead and start talking to each other about who might want to be in a team with each other. Okay, I'm going to give you 5 minutes to decide who your team is, and your team group leader is going to private message me, this is our group, put the people's first and last name. So I would see at least 2 names or 3 names in a group. The one group leader is going to be the one that private messages me in Zoom. That one group leader is the one I'm going to be communicating with. That one group leader is going to be the one that assigns everybody their tasks, make sure everybody's on task, and if your group has a question, messages me. Okay, so start figuring out your groups. Okay, start figuring out your groups. You can talk to each other back and forth in the chat. It's fine. If you want to be on a group with me, blah, 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 that you can be doing that.